เ This is the 28th Annual D.I.C.E Awards. And now welcome your hosts, Stella Chung and Greg Miller.
Hello, everybody!
Hello! Hey!
Hi, Stella. It's a long walk.
I know. Oh my God. That's a long time to be looking at your face, dude.
Okay. Sit down!
Man.
Thank you. I didn't want to yell, but you made me. Now this is how the night will be run. You will listen to us and only us.
Ooh.
Stella, take it away.
Never had this much power before, but welcome to the 2025 D.I.C.E Awards. I'm Stella Chung.
I'm Greg Miller.
You know, Greg, I think we're the last people left with jobs in games media.
That is correct. It is very bleak out there, but how are you doing with that?
You know, I'm actually doing okay. It was a little bit of a long January, but it feels like the first time I moved out of my parents' house. And, you know, it's good to feel independence.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted to, Stella, now that you're a free agent and you're out there, you could come work with us at Kinda Funny.
I mean this with my whole heart. I am not that desperate.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, next year when you're still unemployed, we'll see what's,
All right, okay, all right. Well, before we get started, we wanted to ask everyone here to give yourselves a round of applause.
If you are in this room right now, that means you were responsible for creating some of our newest, best games of all time.
Yeah, or you may have just gotten lost in the casino and felt like you walked into a fancy Doctor Who convention.
Yes, if you are in fact a normal person, these are people who make video games. And no, none of us can get your nephew free V-Bucks.
No. If this is your first time at the D.I.C.E Awards, let us explain it to you.
Of course, it is basically the same as the Game Awards, except instead of Muppets like Statler and Waldorf, we have hundreds of disgruntled white guys.
Just in case, before anyone online gets mad, please note that it was Greg Miller that made that joke. So that's G-R-E-G-M-I-L.
They got it, Stella.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. They're well aware of me online. Of course, we know you're excited for the awards part of our awards show.
Yeah, so that's why the producers have asked us to keep the show tight this year.
And they mean as short as possible.
Ooh, kind of like the amount of time Concord existed.
And the show is over. We'll see you next year.
Well,
it was a sad thing, but trust me, if you thought that was the worst joke of the night, strap in.
Yeah, I am honestly a little in awe of this audience. There are some very powerful executives in the game industry here tonight.
And to all of you, let me be the first to say, stop firing people.
Yeah? I know, we would love to keep it positive here, but you're making it really hard.
Like nightmare difficulty hard. Like how much do these bonuses need to be that you keep laying these people off? Speaking of Greg Way, Bungie laid off hundreds of people last year, while the CEO of the company was apparently spending millions of dollars on old cars. I'll say this, it's rare to see an executive literally driving a company into the ground. And we're just getting started, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so again, all I want you to do is just strap in, because it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year for everybody out there, all right? And it's only gonna get worse.
Wait.
Cheers to Shuhei, cheers to you, Stella.
Cheers. Just gonna put that.
It's sewn shut, it's all
Okay, all right.
cheap suit.
Yeah. Well, so speaking on that topic, I mean, the news has been really crazy. Look at Ubisoft. They got layoffs, they got scandals, they got hostile takeover threats. I mean, seriously, imagine if their games were that exciting.
Oh my God. They would be doing so much better. So much better.
Yeah, and on top of that, GameStop shut down Game Informer.
And that one really hurt. I can't believe that. Of course, Game Informer was the best part of GameStop.
Yeah, now unfortunately, the best part about a GameStop is leaving the GameStop.
Yeah, walking out, yeah.
Yeah.
That one was flat, okay. Again, strap in, everybody.
Yeah.
There was a lot of annoying culture war stuff around games in 2024.
Yeah, a lot of the talk revolved around women characters in games not being attractive anymore.
Yeah, and when I think about it, I have a very nuanced opinion on it, which is basically, who fucking cares? Have these people seen a woman up close before? What the fuck are we talking about, everybody? But of course, you can tell times are tough because Indiana Jones fighting Nazis in games is now considered political.
Yeah. But you know what? Let's celebrate the good.
Of course.
Personally, we are so glad that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is nominated for 6 awards tonight. Yeah. Including Game of the Year.
Including Game of the Year. Let me tell you, nobody, and I mean nobody, gets screwed out of awards more than a December video game.
Yeah, it's great for Christmas, but terrible for trophies.
Terrible for trophies, and this isn't even a joke. We just really like that game and want to call out the fact that it's great and it got a Game of the Year nomination. Come on.
I know. It really makes you feel like Indiana Jones.
It
You know
does,
what I
it
mean?
does, it
Yeah.
does.
Also, Troy Baker, if you're out there, if you ever want to leave me voicemails as Indiana Jones, feel free.
Okay.
I get one. Come on.
You get one. You get as many as you want. Don't worry about it.
Thank you.
I see Rod Ferguson over here. Of course, one of my favorite games, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, is nominated for Online Game of the Year. Get your hands together.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rod. Of course, that is a game that takes real skill.
It does. Yeah, and I'm not trying to flatter everyone here, but if I know one thing about this audience, is that none of you had to pay someone to play Diablo for you.
It's hard to level up your own characters when you're dismantling democracy.
I feel like we're in good company here, but just in case for the people online, if you get mad at that joke, it's Greg Miller. G-R-E-G.
M-I-L-L-E-R. Fuck Elon Musk and fuck Donald Trump.
Yeah, speaking of which, a lot of changes happened in the past year.
That's right. For example, the PlayStation 5 Pro came out last year.
This is true, yeah. You know, it's so powerful that Sony is almost ready to make a game for it.
Basically, in 2024, Sony made a powerful PlayStation, so powerful, it had never been this powerful before. It was the most powerful PlayStation of all time.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and in 2024, Microsoft made Xbox more confusing than ever. That was not, come on.
I mean, I get it, everything's an Xbox with the screen. I think it's cool, but whatever. Online people hate it. But of course, we did finally get the big announcement, the Switch 2. It's huge, it's a huge deal.
Yes. I'm so excited. I mean, we're still waiting on a lot of the important details, of course.
Of course. It's expected to release later this year, and based on tariffs, it's going to cost about $17,000.
Still cheaper than eggs, but you know,
Still
it's fine.
cheaper than eggs, that is correct. Well, it'd be easier to get than eggs
I know,
as well.
honestly, yeah. So another big story from the past year was a lot of companies have been trying to figure out how to incorporate AI into their games.
And Stella and I actually have a very easy solution.
Yeah, ready? Don't steal my joke. Don't steal my line.
Don't put AI in your games. We stopped the NFT thing. We should learn from that mistake. We should also not do the AI thing, okay?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, but some of you in this audience are real heroes. As a resident of Los Angeles, and I know some of y'all are too, I want to personally thank each and every one of you who donated or put your game in a bundle or did anything to raise money to help with the fires. Seriously, thank you.
Of course, so many people did great stuff. Let us give you one example. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is nominated for 3 awards tonight, and that's impressive on its own.
Even more impressive, a bundle created for Call of Duty raised over $1.6 million to help with the LA fires. And then Activision donated another $1 million. So let's give it up for them.
It was just Activision's way of saying, we love you, Los Angeles.
Yeah, but also Treyarch's way of saying, we're so sorry that Peter Ackerman flew a drone into that plane.
It turns out you can't solve every problem with a joystick.
No, unfortunately. But also, sorry, Treyarch. We know he's not actually there anymore. Sorry.
But we also know it definitely came up in some conversations, so.
Yeah. But also nominated tonight is Balatro.
Yes. You already know, but Balatro is great because at its core, it's an addictively simple game.
Yeah, I know some of y'all are playing it right now on your phones. So. But describing Balatro to someone makes you sound like an insane person.
Okay, so it's poker, but there's like 50 jokers. And you can only use 5 of them unless, of course, you have a negative joker, which gives you more jokers.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That sounds easy.
Very easy. I don't know why people have so much trouble with it. It's also wild, of course, that the developer of Balatro is anonymous.
Yeah, so if any of you are looking to impress someone at the after party, have I got a lie for you?
Yeah, I created Balatro, you know, with all the cards and stuff.
Oh my God. Can I buy you a drink later?
It's that easy, everybody, and I think it's open bar, so that's even weirder. But that's right, the developer of Balatro is anonymous. I mean, seriously, who is this joker? I can't believe they're booing you, Stella.
How dare you?
This is actually true, of course. We were actually told to only do one Balatro joke.
To which we said, nobody does just one round of Balatro.
Because you play fast and you play a lot of rounds all at once. Oh, now they're hissing. Damn, they hate you. They hate you, Stella.
Okay,
Wow.
All right. Okay, fine. What about Astrobot? There we go. Okay, we got him back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, what an amazing game. So deserving of a nomination for Game of the Year.
I know, right? Astrobot was like a beautiful commercial for every game that Sony doesn't make anymore.
Look, bring back Parappa the Rapper already. I need a reason to...
Come on, where is he? Bring him back!
Oh, also, let's not forget about Marvel Rivals, which is nominated for Online Game of the Year.
What a great game!
Yeah, so I think I saw some people who didn't clap. Anyone who didn't clap probably worked on Overwatch, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay. But also, I like that games named Halls of Torment, Vessel of Hatred, and Mouthwashing are all nominated, and surprisingly, the one that messed me up the most is Mouthwashing.
Yeah, of course. I don't want to get too graphic, I don't want to spoil anything either, but in that game, you cut off a piece of another character's leg and feed it to him.
You literally just spoiled it.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm about to spoil something too, because it's crazy. The same exact thing happened in The Plucky Squire.
I didn't see it coming. You know? Such a nice little art style, and then I'm just feeding people legs. It's weird. Also, is it me, or is role-playing Game of the Year one of the most wild categories this year?
Yeah, I mean, literally, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth allow you to ride dolphins. So let me repeat that. 2 of the nominated games allow you to ride dolphins.
Come on, you can go, it's fine. John Vignacchi knows it's impressive, right, John? Yeah, thank you very much. But of course, I think we can all agree that it's the story in a role-playing game that really gives you porpoise.
That was, yeah.
Man, Stella, I'll see if I can get Jessica Chobat back. I don't know, man.
I will literally powerbomb you through a table.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Anyways, so there is Helldivers 2 also, which we both loved, which is, yeah.
Come on, for Super Earth!
Yes. Yes, and Helldivers 2 is nominated for 6 awards tonight, including Game of the Year.
Now, if you're not familiar with Helldivers 2, it's a game in which the Earth could be destroyed if Arrowhead ever uses the PlayStation Network login screen again. Turns out PC gamers really hate that. Who would have thought? All right, we're gonna start giving out the awards, but I wanted to give you all one more time to give it up for yourselves, please, everybody.
Yes, and please give it up for Noodle House for all the amazing visuals throughout the show that you'll be seeing quite shortly.
We really appreciate all of you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, listen, we may joke about the industry, but we truly love games more than anything.
Even more than family.
Oh. Hey, Jen, if you want to be with a real gamer, let me know. Just saying.
You look better in green.
I do. Thank you. But yeah, no, games are an art form that brings people together across the world in a time where we really need it.
And it's because of all of you, the developers, the staff, everyone that we have these games.
You are actually, literally the lifeblood of this industry, and you are what makes it great. So thank you so much, and congratulations.
Let's get on with the show, everybody. It's D.I.C.E. Right, just wait.
Please welcome to the stage one of the creative forces behind World of Warcraft and current CEO of Bonfire Studios, the developer behind the highly anticipated game, Archeron, Rob Pardo.
It's nice to see everybody. I think we can all agree that action games are some of the most popular games on the planet. But as tonight's nominees demonstrate, they're also way more varied than people give them credit for. From otherworldly team-based combat to intense mythological battles to literally becoming Batman, each of these games prove that action games are always finding new ways to make our hearts pound. Here are the nominees.
The nominees for Action Game of the Year are Batman: Arkham Shadow, Black Myth: Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Helldivers 2, Stellar Blade,
All right, and the winner is Helldivers 2.
Okay, this is great. Right? Okay, so when we launched Helldivers 1, we were actually here. My last time in Vegas was D.I.C.E, whenever it was, 2016. We were nominated for Action Game of the Year back then for Helldivers 1 as well. And now, it kind of feels like we went full circle and actually completed that thing. I don't know. And of course, like the standard thing to do when you get an award is to thank the development team back home that's surely watching, and my heart goes out to them. So, team back home, to our partners that made this happen over at PlayStation and so forth. And then lastly, you know what the last thing you need to thank is? The gamers, right? So, thank you to those three: team, partners, gamers. TGA. That's an unfortunate coincidence, isn't it? But think about this, whenever somebody accepts an award, TJ. Okay, Mara?
Thanks.
Adventure. The word alone evokes images of exploring exciting worlds and meeting strange characters. It's also been associated with video games since the very beginning. After all, one of the most beloved games on Atari was just named Adventure. But whether it be piecing together memories of a post-apocalyptic world, diving into a spooky underground labyrinth, or summoning a bed to walk across a river, the games in the category show us there's always new places to find and puzzles to solve. Here are the nominees.
The nominees for Adventure Game of the Year are 1,000 times resist. Animal well. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown.
All right. And the winner is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Let me tell you what you're missing.
Congratulations.
While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you.
Hello from Machine Games. So, quite surreal and unexpected in some instances, and we are extremely and deeply honored to be here and receiving this. It's truly amazing. And I would like to start with saying thank you to one of our long-term friends at Machine Games, Todd Howard. Because if it wasn't for Todd Howard that brought the game to us, we wouldn't be standing here at all. Secondly, I also would like to say a deep thank you to our captain at the helm back home in Uppsala, Jerk Gustafsson, our game director. Without his passion and relentless energy, we wouldn't be standing here either. I also would like to take the opportunity to say a big thank you and a shout out to the amazing cast that we had and the talent on this project. Troy Baker, Alessandra Mastronardi, Marius Gavrilis, and Tony Todd, that is unfortunately no longer with us.
Creating a game like this, centered around one of the most iconic characters in the world, wouldn't have been possible without the incredible partnership and collaboration with Lucasfilm Games. Thank you for welcoming us into your universe and entrusting us with this remarkable character. It's truly an honor. Thank you so much to Bethesda and ZeniMax for your unwavering belief in us and your extraordinary effort in marketing and publishing this game. And we're deeply grateful to Xbox and Microsoft for your trust and support in us throughout this journey. And finally, to the team back home in Uppsala, you're the best team in the world. Your talent, your passion, your dedication, that's what made all of this possible.
Thank you.
To quickly add to that, we really wish the entirety of Machine Games could be here on stage with us today. Unfortunately, that's I don't think we would fit. But it would have been awesome because they are the true heroes in this spectacle and this adventure of ours. And also something that we have been iterating back home, that Jerk, our game director, is always iterating upon, is without the support and the love from our partners and our families, this game would most likely not have been made either. So thank you all.
Please welcome the creator of RimWorld and the studio director of Ludion Studios, Tynan Sylvester.
What is important about role-playing games? It's in the name, role-playing. We get to explore what it's like to live a different kind of life. We experience our characters' triumph and struggle, their love and loss, and most importantly, the choices that they face. We choose which faction to ally with, which love to pursue, who to save, and who to leave. And it's through these choices that we learn about ourselves and what we value. Each of the nominees tonight immersed us in exhilaration, learning, sadness, and drama of a special character in a fantastical world. And they are...
The nominees for Role-Playing Game of the Year are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Hey kids, sorry we're late.
Dragon Age, The Veilguard. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Metaphor, ReFantazio.
Take cover!
And the winner is... Metaphor, ReFantazio. The team couldn't be here this evening, but they sent us a video.
Hello, everyone. My name is Scott Strickard, Senior Localization Producer for Metaphor ReFantazio. I'm incredibly grateful to accept the Role-Playing Game of the Year award on behalf of the development team in Japan, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. That said, Katsura Hashina-san, Metaphor's creative director, wanted to express his deep gratitude to you for such a prestigious award. In a year among many excellent RPGs developed by teams around the world, we're honored that this debut title has been so well received. The team would like to express how grateful they are to you and to all the game's fans. On behalf of the entire team at Studio Zero and Atlas, thank you.
Making any game is hard, and making a game where the players can poke and prod at your game mechanics however they want is really hard. But there's no better moment than when a player invents a strategy you never thought of, and the game systems handle it as though you did. So whether we were surviving a winter apocalypse or attaching a shotgun to a loyal goat buddy, the following games gave us the chance to make our own clever plans and then watch those plans fall apart in ways that made perfect sense. The nominees for Strategy Simulation Game of the Year are...
The nominees for Strategy/Simulation Game of the Year are Balatro. Caves of Cud. Frostpunk 2.
For the citizens!
Steward, hear your people!
We want a say in how we run this vote.
Steward!
Do you hear us?
Steward!
Steward, what about us?
Tactical Breach Wizards. Satisfactory.
And the winner is Balatro. Congrats, guys.
All right. As I've said many times this year, I am not Local Thunk, because he is not here tonight. And to be honest, if I was responsible for stealing millions of hours of free time, then I would also be a little hesitant to be in front of this crowd. But we'll gladly take that heat for him. And also, if you are planning to pretend to be Local Thunk tonight, like, please don't. Like, I will find you. But this is a huge honor, like a strategy game with everything that's been nominated. He's humbled by the nomination, and now the win makes it even better. And for all the strategists out there, there is more to Balatro than playing flushes like all the time or Steel Kings with a red steel. so try straight every now and then, okay? So thank you so much. He's humbled, and this is very cool. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the CE Owl of Alchemy Labs, the company behind VR games such as Job Simulator and Dimensional Double Shift, Andrew D.I.C.E.
For decades, immersive reality was relegated to science fiction movies and expensive, wonky demos. Now that it's so available and affordable that millions of people use it every day. Why? Because skilled developers and engineers are always pushing technology to its limit to help players literally enter another world, including fighting off xenomorphs, battling towering monsters, or riding in a mech of their own. The nominees for immersive reality technical achievement are...
The nominees for Immersive Reality Technical Achievement are Alien Rogue Incursion.
I left Temple.
It seems we can get to the Ops Command Center by taking the elevator to the...
Batman Arkham Shadow.
One down, but we are leading.
Skydance's Behemoth.
The poison in my veins begs me to kill. I'll put you in the ground.
Starship Home. Underdogs.
And the winner is... Starship Home. I promise it's real. You can have the card. Congratulations.
Oh. I'm gonna try not to get very emotional. We built this game to try to uncurse the vibes. Because if you haven't noticed, the vibes are cursed. And I had this insane idea for this game, and I went to the best people in the world that I thought could solve problems that I never thought were solvable, and they said yes. And so I want to thank Mark, our engineering director, and Ash, our art director, for agreeing to go on this insane ride with a much larger team of people that we wish could be here. And I want to thank all of our families and partners for putting up with madness and us wandering around in our homes with headsets on playing this game for hours a day. And to everyone else in our network, everyone who had a Quest 3 that played this game and helped us find a way to turn whatever room you're in into a starship and send it to outer space and put you into the dreams of alien plants. And we built that, and you can go there. So thank you for all of your support and to all of the people that made this happen. We couldn't have done it without you, so thank you.
So excited for them. They're awesome. All right. Put on a headset and leave your troubles behind. For gamers, it's that simple. But for the teams of artists making these games, it is, to put it lightly, a lot more complicated. It's almost like pulling off a magic trick, giving players the illusion that they can actually reach out and touch their surroundings, that what they're seeing is really happening in front of them, not just on a screen. The following games didn't just pull off one magic trick, they pulled off the entire show. The nominees for Immersive Game of the Year are...
The nominees for Immersive Reality Game of the Year are Alien Rogue Incursion, Batman Arkham Shadow.
I can't protect Gotham City like this. I became a symbol to fight crime, but I don't understand those who commit it.
Escaping Wonderland.
Ouch! Gotta work on that landing.
I need to get the old under engine up and running.
Mr. Mole really left these all over the place.
Skydance's Behemoth.
And the gods that walk among us thirst for death.
Underdogs.
And the winner is Batman Arkham Shadow.
You really think the Rat King's in that game?
He is. Find him. Stop the day of Earth and end his reign.
This is a good-looking crew, huh? Yeah. I don't know what we did to deserve this environment that we were provided in order to create a game good enough for this illustrious reward, but we were provided 4 years to develop this game with a healthy budget, with a first-party group that helped us in the final 6 months. We were allowed to play, in my opinion, one of the greatest worlds to play in the world of Batman and Arkham. We were given access to the Arkham community, which was at first very angry. And then they welcomed us into their family, and now we feel like we're part of it. That our partners at Warner Bros. And D.C. also trusted us and gave us that creative direction and freedom that we were allowed to make the game that we wanted to. We built this game, in my opinion, the best technology that you could use to build immersive content in Unity. We were also allowed to work on one of the best pieces of hardware you can buy out there right now, which is the Meta Quest 3. So with all of those things combined, my amazing crew at Camouflage, everybody back home, we were just afforded that environment that I hope that we can have another shot at something like that in the future, and all of the developers to have the time, the budget, the creative direction, the freedom, the trust, and a terrific team to develop a game like we did with Batman Arkham Shadow. So thank you for everybody who allowed us to do that.
Please welcome back Stella Chung and Greg Miller.
You're still here. Okay, great.
Still here, right behind you. It's a long walk. It's a long walk this year.
You know, gotta get your steps in somehow.
I don't know about me. Before we give out more awards, we wanted to give a shout out to the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences scholars giving out awards this year. You've seen Abby Sherlock, Valencia Coleman, and Honesty Canos. Now, it's worth pointing out, I do this every year, as you know. Honesty back there is the one who doesn't have a job yet in the gaming industry, and she would like to work at Naughty Dog. And so I know you're in the room somewhere, Neil. Just a heads up.
Yeah, all right, that's a good pitch.
Thank you.
But yes, congratulations to you all. If you want to learn more about the scholars or want to become a mentor or donate, please visit aiasfoundation.org.
And now back to the awards.
Yes, audio design in games centers us in the new worlds we find ourselves in.
Something as small as the sound of ice crusting over a post-apocalyptic city, or as big as the massive explosions blowing apart giant chittering insects, or, you know, heavy Scottish accents on a creepy oil rig. These are the nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Audio Design.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Audio Design are Frostpunk 2,
Steward!
Hear ye, hear ye. The proposed law has been approved.
Helldivers 2,
Enemy tactical asset within range.
Requesting air support.
Here comes the cavalry.
Monument Valley 3, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, Still Wakes the Deep,
All right, and the winner is Helldivers 2.
Calling in orbital strike.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no.
Congratulations.
Okay, well, I guess you can't do best action without the best audio design, right? I mean, from the shotgun in Doom to now, like, audio is like one of the most important disciplines when it comes to making a great action game, right? And I think we as an industry all have a tendency to always forget about audio design. Like, it's that thing, those guys in the back room, that back corner, and they'll just fix it after the artists have made a lot of assets that then need audio design. So, massive thank you to the team back home, to our partners, associates, and to the gamers. And also to this wonderful team, please.
Hey, you guys. I'm Bianca from Sony, dialogue lead for Helldivers 2. This game was built by an amazing, insanely talented team who put their entire hearts into every single detail. A huge shout out to our talented teams at Sony, the dialogue team, sound design, music, the hilarious writers at Arrowhead, the Arrowhead dev team, I mean, my goodness. Then of course, the diehard Helldivers community that just believed in us. This is for you, this is for Sony, this is for Arrowhead, and of course, this is for Super Earth! For democracy! Thanks, you guys.
So, you know, it's probably fair to say that everyone in this room has video game music on their playlists, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're just walking off stage, but hey, if you can hear me, you actually made my wedding procession, which is going to be the Helldivers drop pod music, because I never turn that music off, seriously.
To be clear, just so everyone in the room understands, you're not even engaged yet, right?
No, but that's just like...
Just making sure that's how important the music is.
You gotta plan it out.
I hear you, I hear you.
As soon as I heard it, I knew it.
Fair enough.
You know how you know what... Well, actually, you wouldn't know, because you didn't buy a dress, but whatever. Anyways, I love video game music, and I will always use the in-game music anytime I can. I mean, I almost cried when Nintendo released their music app.
Sure, yeah, me too, except I did cry. The music of gaming can tug at the heartstrings, have you on the edge of your seat, and get you ready for action. It can drive you to be the slick space scoundrel, or keep you calm as you solve meditative puzzles, or just get stuck in your head after finally finishing a platformer speed run. The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Original Music Composition are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Original Music Composition are Astrobot, Helldivers 2,
Reporting to the front.
Monument Valley 3, Senua's Saga Hellblade 2,
Ingram, I can help you.
Star Wars Outlaws,
The underworld shows no mercy. But it's a big galaxy out there.
All right, and the winner is... Helldivers 2.
It's just you this time. Everybody else is out talking to IGN right now. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Do you want me to hold it while you do your speech? Or? Sure.
I'll go fast and then we'll have him. So first off, congrats to all the nominees. This was a phenomenal year for video game music, and all of your scores were exemplary. I've actually been a bit of a Sony fanboy ever since grade school, and ever since my first GDC in 2006. It had been my dream to work on a Sony game and collaborate with the famous and incredible Sony music team. And so working on Helldivers was like a dream come true. And it's so incredible to accept this award from the Academy. I'd like to thank the Nashville Orchestra and my music team, the music team at Sony PlayStation, and the dev team at Arrowhead for bringing me on this journey and making such an incredible game. Thank you so much.
This guy is probably the best composer in the entire games industry. And in community speak, the main theme goes hard. Right?
Can I have this?
Of course you can, Will.
For Super Earths.
Tonight, we're here to honor a foundational industry figure, Don James. From the launch of the Nintendo Entertainment System to the Nintendo Switch, he's been a formative part of Nintendo's US journey from the very start. As employee number 4 and warehouse manager, Don worked with a small team of Nintendo employees in Tukwila, Washington, building arcade games for deployment across the US.
My history with Don goes back to my first Nintendo video game experience. I was at college and a regular in front of the Space Invaders cabinet. One day, I spotted a new game cabinet. The game was called Donkey Kong, and that started a more than 40-year love affair with Nintendo and video games. Don James built the cabinet that first introduced me to gaming.
Before Donkey Kong, most video games were simpler in design and mechanics, often relying on abstract visuals and straightforward gameplay. Donkey Kong flipped the script with a story. Be the hero and unlock new levels of storytelling. Alongside his friend and colleague Howard Lincoln, Don helped build Nintendo's US brand for the company's US fans.
In the fall of 1985, Don James led a small group of Nintendo employees who helped launch the Nintendo Entertainment System. And from that beginning, and over nearly 40 years, Don has played a critical role in launching every Nintendo home video game system.
With gear like the Rob Robot and the Zapper Light Gun, the NES was unlike anything players had seen. The NES also saw the genesis of now legendary games like Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, and Metroid. The NES went on to sell over 60 million units, and Mario became more than a character. He became a cultural icon.
In 1991, I got a call to go crash an audition for an Italian plumber from Brooklyn named Mario. Had a wonderful time exploring the character, and Don James gave me the wonderful gift of saying, "You're hired." And there we were with the real-time animation system, MERT, or Mario in Real Time. 5 years into doing this, Don James says, "You're hired for something else," and that was doing the voice of Mario in Mario 64. 168 games later, we're still having a great time.
In 1995, Don worked with his colleagues and IDSA CEO Doug Lowenstein to launch E3.
His unwavering commitment to the show helped make it the must-attend for everyone and anyone in the entertainment world. But Don was more than an industry visionary. He was a booth design Michelangelo. Annually, Nintendo's booths were jaw-dropping, and attendees and competitors all knew to expect the unexpected.
In 1999, Don and his team brought fans closer to the magic of gaming when they debuted a full-sized replica of a pod racer to launch Star Wars Episode I Racer. And in 2011, Don helped bring Mario Kart to life with real drivable karts built by West Coast Customs. With the industry's massive growth, Don and others realized it needed a rating system that could help parents understand the content in the games they were buying for their kids.
Don's commitment to the ESRB and its mission has spanned 3 decades. Not only was he instrumental in the development and broad adoption of the rating system back in 1994, but he's helped us adapt it along the way to meet the demands of the industry and consumers at large.
Under Don's leadership, Nintendo has partnered with the Starlight Children's Foundation for over 30 years, distributing over 8,400 custom gaming stations to hospitals across North America, bringing joy and relief to more than 13 million seriously ill children.
Don's work wasn't just about making video games. It was about creating joy and forging real connections. Gaming is just better because of Don James.
Don James connected innovators, visionaries, and dreamers. He helped build a legacy that didn't just change Nintendo, but transformed an entire industry, and his impact on gaming is forever.
Please welcome to the stage activist, social entrepreneur, and the CEO of Starlight Children's Foundation, Adam Garoni.
Starlight's mission is to deliver happiness to hospitalized kids when they need it most. One of our first programs was co-created by Don James in 1992, who saw the opportunity to adapt the Nintendo gaming console to work in children's hospitals. To Don, these weren't just games, they were lifelines, a way to bring fun, happiness, and a bit of normalcy to kids when they needed it most. Don's vision and dedication helped turn this idea into something powerful, touching millions of lives and making a real difference for families everywhere. Don's contribution over his stellar, decades-long career to the gaming industry, to Starlight's mission, have led to this Lifetime Achievement Award. I want to congratulate John James. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I get started, I'd just like to thank my wife of 27 years for allowing me to do this. When I took a job as a warehouse manager in 1981 for a company that had just 5 people, I had no idea what a wild, extraordinary 43 journey I was signing up for. Every year was an adventure. In all that time, I can honestly say there was never a dull moment. This is kind of emotional, you can hear it in my voice. That's audio design, just for you. In the video, you caught a glimpse of some of the amazing projects I was able to work on, but meaningful as they were and still are, they were only a part of the magic I experienced. The real magic was the people who supported me and those who worked with me, both at Nintendo and in the industry. You heard from a few of them in the video, but if I shared the full list, we'd be here all night. Looking back, I feel so fortunate to have worked with and learned from so many. It has been my sincerest privilege to help build a company and an industry that I love so much. I won't lie, retirement is pretty great. But I will miss the challenges, and above all else, I will miss all of you. One thing we have always said at Nintendo is that our mission is to put smiles on faces. It has always been the people in this industry that continually put one on mine. This thing we call video games started decades ago, and the experiment is still running all these decades later. The best part of this industry is that no one knows where we'll go next. Keep playing, keep creating, keep surprising, and keep inspiring all the generations to come. Thank you so much for this great honor.
Please welcome the lead designer of hit games including Fallout New Vegas, and now the studio design director of Obsidian Entertainment, Josh Sawyer.
Between all the flying bullets, double jumps, and base building, a game's story can often be overlooked. But a good story can elevate even the most sublime gameplay. For many games, the story is its beating heart. Speaking of beating hearts, it's hard to believe that there are people who think you don't need one to write a great story. To create characters inspired by our cultures, to explore the themes of our lives and the world changing around us, to connect and speak to us as no other form of media can. A great story helps us to understand what it means to be human, even when we're not playing a human at all. For all that our very human writers and designers do to bring out the best in our games, it is my great honor to introduce the nominees.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Story are 1000 Times Resist.
Why do you get to choose who lives and who dies?
Is this punishment?
For what you did, for what I did. I want you to see from the beginning.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, just waiting to be found.
Metaphor, Refantasio.
You're in this race to become king, are you?
The race's outcome is beyond your meddling now. If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you!
This place, it isn't a utopia.
Still Wakes the Deep.
Still can't believe you went. I know you were just trying to do right by me, so I need you to do what's right by us now, please. If you don't deal with this, then we are done for good. But I won't wait forever.
Thank goodness you're here.
So that's Boundary. Strange place, I know, but they need what we're selling, see? I've got you a meeting with the Lord Mayor today, so don't miss that bus. Are you listening? Get going!
The winner is, I love you, Indy, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Throughout history, mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfect...
Hello again. Really amazing, and we're a bit shocked, I think. I'm standing here on behalf of our lead writer back home, Tommy Tordson Björk, and the whole narrative team that has done, So, Tommy and the team has really outshined themselves in terms of writing one of the best stories I think that we ever delivered. It's something that I have iterated throughout the entire marketing campaign. This is by far the best story Machine Games has delivered so far, and that is not something PR and marketing have told me to say. I do really feel and believe that myself. So, from the bottom of our heart, this is, a huge thank you to Tommy and the narrative team back home. It's amazing. And also, I think that we need to acknowledge Todd in this as well. Bringing the core pitch and the premise of the game to us.
I first pitched this story in 2009 to Lucasfilm. And so I think stories and games, or whatever they are, when you can't let go of them, you keep holding on to the dream that it will exist. I can't say enough about the team at Machine Games and what they've done with this game. I want to thank everybody at Lucasfilm for letting us take Indy on one more adventure, but most of all, to the fans of the game, the fans of Indiana Jones who wanted to step into his shoes. We can't thank the fans for embracing this very unique game so much. Thank you so much.
Words on a page, faces on a screen, dialogue coming out of a speaker. How do characters even work? No, really, how do they work? Please tell me. After 25 years in the game industry, I still really don't understand it. Designers, writers, artists, animators, actors, audio engineers, and directors work together for years to bring forth some of the most amazing characters in gaming. It's a little science, a little art, and a whole lot of alchemy. Whatever the formula may be, in the end, the results are undeniably magic. It is my great honor to introduce the nominees.
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Character are 1000 Times Resist, Watcher.
621, Mother. Everything I've done for you.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Yuffie Kisaragi.
Some know me as the world's greatest materia hunter. The rest, a benevolent and beautiful ninja. Who ties what rose? The one and only Yuffie!
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Dr. Henry Indiana Jones.
I'll knock your teeth out.
Gina!
Scared of snakes? Not a chance.
Indica.
So easy to step over everything you believe in. I'm talking about intentional unfairness for one's own gain. I guess I can't do anything worse than that.
Senua Saga Hellblade 2, Senua.
He saw me as I saw him.
More than he can understand.
No more slaves and no more sacrifices.
He is trying to.
And the winner is Dr. Henry Indiana Jones, Jr.
I've only been out there before, trust me. It ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fine.
So, creating a lovable and memorable character takes a lot of hard work, a lot of writing, numerous amounts of lines, VO, dialogue, cutscenes, scripts, walkthroughs, you name it. And as I mentioned previously, our lead writer back home told me, and the narrative team has, outshined themselves when they've been on this extreme adventure. But turning those written lines and turn all of that text into something else requires magic. And boy, did we find ourselves a magician.
I was just checking. There was before someone came out. It doesn't matter. The thing that I love about what D.I.C.E., how they recognize this category is that it's character and that it is the sum of its parts. It's not a singular component. And that component, those components begin with Todd Howard's unrelenting vision that he pitches and holds on to and doesn't compromise on. It starts with finding an incredible studio of hundreds of people that are willing to give their time and their dedication and their talent in service to that vision. And then it takes an incredible performance director to deal with egos and fear and nerdery over a character. So I really do applaud and appreciate it and encourage D.I.C.E. to continue supporting the notion that this is character, that it is not just one singular part, but it is that it's a team working together. And it's impossible to recognize this character without honoring and recognizing the contribution that George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and Harrison Ford have made to this, because they are synonymous with this. You, just like me, every single person in this room somehow has been touched, inspired, challenged by those people and this character. Because if you were like me, when you were 5 years old and you sat in the theater and you saw this movie for the first time, you realized that big things were possible, that you could go on a great adventure. And so, thank you for recognizing character, thank you for the team, and whenever adventure calls, you damn well better answer. Thank you.
She's the CEO of Iron Galaxy Studios, the developer behind games including Killer Instinct. Please welcome to the stage, Chelsea Blasco.
Ever since they took over arcades in the 90s, fighting games have been one of the fastest and easiest ways to get into the action. Either new players or longtime veterans, everyone knows how to hit start, pick a character they like, and get mashing those buttons, which I know is my preferred strategy. And this year's nominees for Fighting Game of the Year kept that tradition alive while still pushing the envelope on what this genre is capable of. The nominees are...
The nominees for Fighting Game of the Year are Blazing Strike, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero,
I'm afraid you're not going to survive this.
Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns, Tekken 8, Underdogs,
And the winner is... Tekken 8.
All right. So great to see so many friends in the audience tonight. I've got a few words from the Tekken team, our global Tekken team. I wanted to extend our deepest gratitude to our amazing player community. Your passion and support have been the driving force behind everything we do. This year, we're celebrating 30 years of Tekken, and there's no better way to mark this milestone than by giving our fans one of the best titles in the series. We've taken bold steps by resurrecting legendary characters, and we're thrilled to have a lot more content to come for Tekken 8. This year, we also had our best Tekken World Tour, and we really thank the dedication of the entire community, the players, the fans, everyone that attends all these shows globally every year. The message we want to send to our community is that it is just the beginning. There's a lot more to come for Tekken 8, and we can't wait to share it with you. Thank you again for this wonderful honor. It's great to see everybody. Thank you.
I think we can all agree that sports are at the very foundation of our industry. After all, what is Pong other than virtual table tennis? And you can pretty much draw a straight line from the stick figures football for Magnifox Odyssey way back in 1972 to the photorealistic players in the games nominated tonight. The nominees in this category bring excellence to video games' longest tradition, and more importantly, bring out the competitor in all of us. They are...
The nominees for Sports Game of the Year are EA Sports College Football 25.
Games like this, as we'll see. Crowd. Yes, it's yours. Got it set up on the outside.
EA Sports FC 25. MLB The Show 24.
To get this one started after this.
Maybe the element of surprise was what came in. Obviously, regardless of the score. Be challenging for some.
ALCS Game 2, the David Ortiz.
NBA 2K25.
Man, I'm just blown away. Absolutely as clutch as you can get.
This is a ball game people will be tough.
He is an incredible leader when the game is willing to step up.
And the winner is MLB The Show 24.
Season, there's so much excitement playing with that high fastball.
Oh, this is really unexpected. Thank you to everyone, all of the designers, the producers, the engineers that work on the game, but also thank you to the interns that show up for a few months and really contribute. Also, thank you to all of the contingent workers whose fate really is never in their hands, but they show up every day and they really kick ass. We really appreciate you. We're celebrating 20 years of making sports games at the San Diego studio, so a big thank you to Scott Rohde and Chris Cutliff. And as always, thank you to the fans for keeping the lights on, and thank you to Quality Assurance, because without them, none of us would be here. Thank you.
Welcome to the stage, a co-organizer of Black Voices in Gaming and director of New Challenger, the studio behind the Beatdown City franchise, Sean Alexander Allen.
Video games and technology are often conflated as synonymous, but video games often use growing technology with the intent to instill a sense of awe in players, to show us sights we've never seen, and to convey the breadth of human emotion. The best uses of tech in games are not used just to push high-resolution textures or the next form of anti-aliasing, but rather to push the art of the medium forward. The nominees for Outstanding Technical Achievement are...
Outstanding Technical Achievement are Astrobot. Batman: Arkham Shadow. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Getting closer.
Senua Saga: Hellblade 2.
Dying right before your eyes, just like before. No, this cannot happen.
Warhammer 40,000: Space Marine 2.
And the winner is Astrobot.
Thank you very much. Technical achievement, it's an amazing thing for us, means the world. You know, we have a concept at Immersive. Actually, right now, it's Friday morning in Japan, and they just finished their review, and I'm missing them very much, and they're watching us, so I just want to say, guys, thank you so much. Well done getting this award. So we have this concept of techno-magic. It's one of the big features of the game that we talk about internally, and it's all about taking all the technologies that we have around and just turning it into something that is just simple magic, you know, for families and kids, and, you know, put smiles on their faces and, you know, stars in their eyes. So to all the techno magicians of Team Asobi, really well done. This is for you, and I love you. Thank you very much.
All right. Everyone in this room knows that no matter how big or small, games are hard to make. The buzzword we often hear is how risky it is to make something unknown or games that don't fit into the metrics. If you pitched a genre-blending walking sim starring a nun or a pixel art poker game that uses more and more disturbing clowns to keep players engaged, they'd probably laugh at you. And yet these games, and along with the other ones nominated, are daring endeavors by teams spanning size, scope, and budget. The nominees are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement for an Independent Game are Animal Well, Balatro, Grunt, Indica, Mouthwashing,
And the winner is Balatro.
If you're just tuning in, still not Local Thunk. When we talk about Local Thunk, we describe him as a solo developer. And while that is true, because he made everything by himself, he could not have made Balatro without the support of his parents, family, friends. We at PlayStack helped a little bit. But above all, his partner, who has stood by his side through this whole wild journey that is his silly little card game. So I think this goes out to all the sometimes invisible support that without them, this magic would never happen. So thank you.
She's worked on art and animation for games such as Penny's Big Breakaway, Skullgirls, and Clock Tower Rewind. Art director at Second Dinner, Mariel Kinuko Cartwright.
Outside of a few exceptions, there are obviously no video games without animation, because it's almost all animation. True, animation is the movement of the characters, their specific body language, and subtle reactions to dialogue. But it's also the clouds in the sky, the wheels on a car, the duck you barely see, but someone spent 100 hours on. Every piece of animation, subtle or not, ties the game together, convincing us we're somewhere else. Good animation gives weight to the stomp of a Space Marine's boot. It adds joy to a waterfall flowing over a curious robot. It brings drama to an ill-fated love across dimensions. The nominees are...
Standing achievement in animation are Astrobot, Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
On me. It's upon us. The reunion. When worlds merge.
Never. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2.
Full power and blind range.
And the winner is... Astrobot.
Wow, so really pleased with this one. Thank you so much. So on behalf of Team Asobi's animation team led by Jamie Smith and all these amazing animators, you know, we want to thank you very much. Actually, Jamie had a message for me. He wanted to really thank the D.I.C.E. organization for rewarding animation in particular, because that's not the case everywhere, and he was really insistent on that. Yeah, thank you very much. A lot of the animation in Astrobot is actually done by hand. It's very old school. We do everything by hand, and it's really nice that the gags and the style actually, you know, went all the way to making people laugh, you know, in their families and kind of have that kind of experience. So we're really pleased with that. And of course, it's teamwork. It's not just animators. It's everybody around the team that allows the animators to perform their art. So thank you very much, everyone. And Team Asobi, お疲れ様です。ありがとうございます。
Good art direction is a bit of a paradox. You want to create something that catches the eye immediately and establishes place, tone, and style. But you also need that same art to be cohesive enough that the player isn't distracted or taken out of the moment. That's the real trick. But whether it was remaking a famous gaming world with Lego, creating a living storybook, or bringing us to a dark medieval world, the following nominees showed how art direction helps make good games so memorable. They are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction are Black Myth, Wukong. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Lego Horizon Adventures.
This is gonna hurt. Power hit. Up I go. How do you like this? Boom!
Cool new stuff.
Whoa! Bricks are gonna fly. Kapow! For a paddle.
The Plucky Squire. Senua's Saga Hellblade 2.
And the winner is Black Myth Wukong. Unfortunately, the team couldn't be here tonight, so I'll be accepting this award on their behalf. Thank you.
Welcome to the stage, the incoming co-studio head of Insomniac Games, Ryan Schneider.
I'll start with the obvious. Ted Price is and always will be one of the greatest leaders in the games industry, period. Think about what makes a legendary leader. It's possessing not just one, but several innate characteristics and superpowers. Vision, integrity, humility, resilience, the ability to listen, the courage to act, the will to do what is right. How many of you who know Ted just went through your own mental checklist as I rattled that off, reflecting on your interactions with him and responding, check, 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 right on through, right? Now, of course, because Ted is so humble, he would be the first to downplay this whole thing. I can see him over here, and I feel him blushing right now. Yet, I hope Ted's parents and wife, Christine, who are here tonight, are filled with pride. Ted's one-of-one industry standing is true to me, and I know it's true to anyone here who's had the opportunity to collaborate with him over his Hall of Fame legacy. A legacy that's produced iconic game franchises on every PlayStation console, including Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet and Clank. That's right, Resistance Fall of Man, and Marvel's Spider-Man. A legacy built step by step, game by game, console by console, challenge by challenge. 30 years, 35 games on multiple platforms and mediums. And yet, there are two things you must know before I continue. One, I don't believe that's what Ted is most proud of. And two, right now, I promise you he's hoping I quickly pivot to Insomniac Games, our studio culture, and the people all over the world whose lives we positively impacted along the way. You see, Ted Price has never been about personal credit. If you watched him on Kind of Funny's Gamecast with Greg Miller last week, you heard it loud and clear. Ted's name is not on the awards. His achievements are not in the headlines. His focus has always been on the team, on lifting others, building something greater than himself. And that is exactly what he's done. Building a culture not just of innovation, but of character. Let's look back at Insomniac and its culture for just a moment, which Ted first cultivated alongside two extremely talented brothers in Al and Brian Hastings, when they were first known as, wait for it, Extreme Software. Yep, with a capital X. Fellow Academy Hall of Famer Mark Cerny first saw something special in, there he is. Mark Cerny first saw something special in Ted and Al when he reviewed their 3DO VHS demo in 1994 for what would become its first game 2 years later, Disruptor. As Mark put it to me, Ted had no tools and typed numbers for environments into a spreadsheet, but he was so driven that it didn't matter. It was clear to Mark that Ted, Al, and a bit later, Brian, were among the most talented emergent game developers he had ever seen. Mark signed the startup studio to a 3-game deal And it was essential since the partners were down to their final couch cushion money and nearly had their dreams squashed before liftoff. Can you imagine that? They worked from a bare bones office fueled by ramen and relentless determination. They had no furniture, they had no money, they had no sleep, but they had a vision and a belief in each other. Like a rocket launch, Insomniac's orbital ascent was further nurtured by a legendary and passionate team of Sony producers. When I spoke with several of them and some of Ted's close industry peers, preparing for this speech, each referenced Ted's character and drive first, before talking about what Insomniac had ever accomplished. Consider what Naughty Dog co-founder Jason Rubin shared about those early days when Naughty Dog and Insomniac competed with each other in adjoining office space on the Universal Studios lot. Jason said to me, "Ted was my greatest competitor, and I lent him my dad for 20 years as Insomniac's attorney." Think about that. Why is this both powerful and yet not surprising? Because Ted Price is not just a leader in this industry, he is a leader of this industry. It's true. Ted, you've consistently put Insomniac on your back and lifted us whenever we needed it most. Not by telling us what to do, but by showing us how to act. Not by proclaiming the right answers, but by provoking us to ask the right questions. At a time when gaming faces deep challenges, when we wrestle with how to grow, how to sustain, how to lead with principle, Ted has been a moral compass. And we need that compass. So, what now? When we face tough decisions in our careers, in our companies, in our lives, when the path forward is unclear, there is a question we can ask. What would Ted do? And then we do it. I can share that for more than 20 years. What would Ted do has been my guide, my map, my answer. Ted, I feel like the luckiest person in this extremely talented room to call you my teammate, my friend, my mentor, and frankly, my hero. Though you may be hanging up your plaid flannels, and yes, all of them, Christine, I know, your example will endure long after tonight's applause fades, because you will continue to inspire the best of what we can be as you embody the best of who we are.
Man, aren't you getting tired of playing these games? I am. I say if we're calling it a game, we're still not ready for a mission.
Years of creativity, resilience, and unforgettable stories. From the beginning, Ted Price and his team were fueled by a simple passion to create unforgettable games. Themes of friendship, sacrifice, and triumph have shaped Insomniac Games' identity.
Under Ted's leadership and care, Insomniac Games has set the standard for what can be achieved by creativity and collaboration, consistently delivering the highest quality for their fans and ensuring such a supportive and collaborative culture for their employees.
In the early days of Insomniac, it felt like we were imposters, doing something we loved but had absolutely no business doing. And every day we ran into some seemingly impossible new challenge. But Ted had this unstoppable confidence that we would succeed no matter what, and that's what carried us through the toughest times.
Our first game, Disruptor, didn't break records, but it was a turning point. It made us ask big questions. What kind of games do we want to make? What kind of studio do we want to be? It was at that point we decided not just to make a dragon game, but a baby dragon game. An underdog's choice to capture the spirit of overcoming long odds. And that mindset has defined us ever since.
When Ted and the team pitched Spyro the Dragon, it wasn't just about the gameplay. It was about creating a colorful, joyful universe where everyone, adults, kids, newcomers to gaming, could feel welcome.
Hey,
Stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
Spyro became an iconic character, helping cement PlayStation's early success and a place in gaming history.
The morph array is used in Ratchet & Clank to turn your enemies into chickens.
No, but wait, before you do that, just explain to me how things...
Oh, it worked. Jerry's a chicken.
With Ratchet & Clank, Insomniac took things to the next level. Crazy weapons, hilarious humor, and unforgettable characters. But Ratchet & Clank wasn't just about laughs or innovation. It was heartfelt. Every game made you think, made you care, and made you root for these misfit heroes.
You okay, Bolts?
You came after me.
After creating one of gaming's most beloved duos, Insomniac didn't slow down. It pivoted with something fresh while hearkening back to its FPS disruptor roots.
Resistance introduced a gritty, immersive world that was a radical departure from the animated universes of Spyro and Ratchet. Yet the signature Insomniac DNA was there. It was the story of underdogs fighting for survival, sacrificing for the greater good. Resistance was a triumph. It was critically acclaimed, made PS3 launch, and was a commercial success.
Ted fostered transparency, trust, and a sustainable culture, earning Insomniac recognition as one of the industry's best places to work.
When we worked together on the Oculus deal, now called MetaQuest, you could see how Insomniac operated as a unified force. Ted's leadership is always evident, but so is the collective strength of everyone on that team.
Insomniac's special blend of storytelling and gameplay, along with the perfect balance of humor and heart, made them the ideal team to partner with Marvel Games.
We were instantly excited to make Spider-Man with PlayStation and Marvel. Characters are perfect for Insomniac. Peter Parker and Miles Morales fight Sandman and Kraven and Doc Ock, but they've also got to pay the rent. They've also got to try to get to class on time.
This is my best friend, Harry. Hey, good to meet you.
New job, huh? Still gonna have time for tutoring?
We'll figure it out.
And that was perfect for Insomniac because you have the action and you also have the human side of the characters.
I got a second chance. And I'm gonna take advantage of that. But I need you with me, Pete.
Spider-Man isn't just a hero. He's a symbol for resilience, responsibility, and courage. Everything from the swing to the zip to the heart of Peter and Miles Morales, it had to feel authentically real. We evolved as a studio, we pushed the boundaries of our craft, and we weaved in that special Insomniac spirit.
I've had the pleasure of partnering closely with Ted and his incredible team at Insomniac. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect collaborator. But you know what else makes Ted such a perfect partner? He is one of the kindest, most genuine, and humble people I've ever met.
His passion, leadership, and vision helped build the trust and collaboration that made the Marvel partnership a great success.
Ted's career has always been about more than just making games. He's shown that games can truly be a force for good, whether through groundbreaking accessibility tools or fostering a studio culture where creativity thrives because people feel supported and valued. His leadership and his games inspire all of us to do better and prove that positivity can drive greatness.
No matter the challenge, you bring a unique blend of creativity and resolve that inspires everyone around you. Your character and your generosity have made you an incredible leader in the game industry.
With over 100 million units sold, Ted Price's leadership at Insomniac Games has redefined gaming through innovation, inclusivity, and storytelling.
Ted's games are classics, and the joy he and his teams have brought us to those games is more than enough to put him in our Hall of Fame. But it actually goes beyond that, because behind the scenes, the truth is, he's even better. Leading, helping, mentoring. He's a selfless friend, yes, to me and to a generation of creators in our industry. You know, I actually nominate Ted every year for this award, and he always turns it down, saying it should go to others. Well, the truth is, no one deserves it more.
After 30 years of working with him, I can tell you, Ted is relentless. He never gives up. He never stops searching for a way to make the game or the company better.
It is one of the greatest honors of my career to introduce Ted Price, this year's recipient of the Hall of Fame Award.
Wow. Thank you. Y'all really can, sit down. It's okay. But thank you. It gets a little awkward after a while, but whew. Ryan, holy cow, thank you. That meant so much. And to all my friends who were up there, wow, I'm almost speechless. Everything almost went out of my brain, but I actually have a few things to say. I want to thank all my friends, and of course, I want to thank the Academy. And I think I speak for all of us here when I say, Megan, where are you? Megan, you and the Academy team continue to make this the most special event in the industry. And we're also grateful to you for bringing us all together every year. But it is truly an honor to be up here, and I'm humbled by all the nice things people are saying about me. As Ryan said, I was blushing the entire time. And as Ryan also alluded to, it makes me a little uncomfortable being up here because I have always felt strongly, like probably most of the people in this room, that making games is a team sport. Right? It is something that I have felt all my life, and I feel that no matter what our backgrounds are, what our skills are, where we come from, game teams represent a unity of vision that really is increasingly rare in this very divided world today. And I have had such good fortune to see teams share openly and give each other the benefit of the doubt over and over again, and agree to, as Ryan alluded to, solve problems together without judging each other. And when that happens, and I think this happens more often than not in this industry, it often leads to those games that represent the voices and the life experiences of an entire team. And those are the games that, in my opinion, make a lasting and positive impact on players around the world, because those games speak to us all individually in some way. And to me, this is why games will always be the most vibrant art form in the world. And we saw the evidence tonight, right? So I have been just ridiculously lucky to be surrounded by people who really believe that we are better together. Family, friends, teammates, partners. And these are the folks who remind me every day of the importance of teams. So I have so many people to be grateful to, and I want to share my thanks with just a few who have made the biggest impact on me. And I promise it won't be that long, but I really want to thank some folks. I want to start with my mom and dad. My mom and dad right here. My mom and dad are visiting for the first time ever in Las Vegas, which has been quite a week, right? Mom and Dad, thank you for not thinking I was completely insane to start a video game company back in the 1990s. And if you did think I was crazy, you didn't say it. But thank you for always encouraging me and for teaching me the values that have driven me forever. And I will also say, Mom, just like we talked about at dinner last night, thank you for bringing home that Atari 2600 in the 1970s. That really sparked this dream for me, so God appreciate it. I appreciate it. To my brilliant partners of 31 years, Al and Brian Hastings, who can't be here tonight, so I'm looking in the camera. Guys, there would be no Insomniac without you. Thank you for joining me on this crazy ride. To Mark Cerny, who is right there. Mark, you have such a great fan club tonight. It's incredible. Mark, you gave Al, Brian, and me our first shot, and you really taught us how to make games. So thank you so much for your mentorship and your friendship over decades. To all of our beloved Sony producers, and I'm gonna embarrass you by naming you, Shu Yoshida, who I see here, Connie Booth, who I also know is here, Grady Hunt, who I think is here, R. Demerjian, Joe Castano, and Greg Phillips. Even though y'all work for Sony, all of us at Insomniac truly believe you are Insomniacs. Thank you for having your faith in us. And Connie Booth especially, Connie, wherever you are, you're out there somewhere. Connie, thank you so much for your friendship and your guidance since way, way back. To Jay and Luke and Eric and Tim, the Marvel team, and all the team members, from all of us at Insomniac, thank you for entrusting us with your beloved characters. To Scott Rohde and Herman Hulst, who I know who can't be here tonight, you guys have supported our dreams year after year. Thank you for trusting us with what we do. Now, I have been speaking on behalf of Insomniac and giving a lot of these thanks, but I want to talk about just a few Insomniacs. And in particular, I want to thank a very special group of Insomniacs who I've worked with day after day for many years, and that's our senior leadership team. That is Carrie Dieterle, Chad Dezern, Jen Huang, John Fiorito, Ryan Schneider, and Sean McCabe. You guys are amazing. We really have gone through thick and thin together, and I will always cherish those moments and cherish our friendship forever. And I can't talk about our leadership team without talking about all the Insomniacs. For all the Insomniacs who are here today, who have joined us over the years, thank you not just for believing in our vision, but for working together to create a place I will always call home. This award is as much for all of you as it is for me. And love you. I'm gonna miss all of you. And I can't talk about Insomniac without talking about our players. For our players, thank you for being on this continuing journey with us. We do what we do for you. There is one last thank you that I have, and it is a thank you that I haven't had the opportunity to make publicly, and it is a thank you that's been many, many years in the making, and it is to my beautiful wife, Christine. And Christine, I'll bet you've been sitting there thinking, oh my God, he forgot me again. I promise, I didn't. I've been working up to this. It's just taken me a lot of years. And just for those of you who don't know Christine and me, when we met many years ago, we started dating, and I said, you know I'm in the video game industry, right? Are you sure you want to get on this train? Fortunately, she said yes, and we've been happily married for 25 years. So, Christine, thank you for being my soulmate, my best friend, for being an incredible partner in raising 4 amazing kids who I know are watching. Grayson, Kylie, Tinley, and Brennan. Your mom's awesome, right? You know that. And more than that, thank you for being so unfailingly positive about everything and reminding me every single day to see the good in every person and every situation, no matter what. I love you, babe. I do. So you all have been very patient. As I wrap this up, I am getting ready to exit the games industry and join my buddy Don in retirement. He says it's great. Don, I believe you, I think, maybe. But I will be joining all the players and cheering every one of you on from the sidelines. And my hope and my challenge to every leader here and all the game team leaders watching is that we never stop working to make this industry a place where every team member feels welcome and safe to speak up and share their ideas so that together we can continue to make a lasting and positive impact on this crazy world. So congratulations to all the winners tonight, and thank you very much.
Please welcome the co-founder of Windflower Games and an advisor to the Independent Game Summit, Sunny Pavlovich.
Online gaming is now so common, so popular, that it's easy to forget what a tightrope developers have to walk with them. Your online game needs to be accessible, often across devices with vastly different computing power and connection speeds. Your online game needs to be understandable, often across extremely different cultures and languages. And most of all, your online game needs to be fun. Somehow that's the hardest part. But as the following games show, when done right, there's nothing quite like playing against friends, both nearby and on the other side of the globe. Here are the nominees.
The nominees for Online Game of the Year are Call of Duty Black Ops 6, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, Helldivers 2,
Orbital inbound! Charging in an Eagle!
Marvel Rivals,
Disappear! Fantastic! I'm opening a portal. Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2,
And the winner is Helldivers 2.
Okay. You know, in one way, it's a little bit embarrassing to go up on stage so many times. But I don't know, I'm kind of out of thank yous. So to the team, to our partners, and to our community. But now, in honesty though, really, I think this award is one that I really would like to dedicate to all of the friends of us as game developers. Because I know a lot of you play video games in your spare time, and at least for me, video games has been a way for me to stay connected to all of my friends across the world, for a way for us to hang out and have a good time, even though we're separated by oceans, separated by vast forests and other geological features. But also, I think this award, more than any, goes out to the millions of Helldivers out there that are on a daily basis fighting for democracy. And to you, the community, being like the nicest bunch in the world. Whenever I join a game, I mean, stealthily, you don't know that you're playing with me, but still, like, I get so much respect from a game that has no safety rails against people abusing each other in the game. And everybody just turns out that they're nice, even though griefing is something that you can do to your heart's content in Helldivers. And it just makes me proud and happy to see the good side of mankind while being a henchman of a totalitarian regime. So, thank you.
For the community.
Yeah.
There's a simple reason that mobile games are so successful. Almost everyone has access to them, right here and right now. So no matter what age you are, where you live, there's a good chance you have a phone and you know how to use a touchscreen. Mobile games reach across all audiences and demographics, to the point where people who never describe themselves as gamers are still have a favorite way to enjoy themselves on the go. And let's be honest, there's probably a good chance someone in this audience is playing a game on their phone right now. I won't stop you, but it better be one of these. Nominees for Mobile Game of the Year.
The nominees for Mobile Game of the Year are Balatro, Halls of Torment, Monument Valley 3, Paper Trail, Wuthering Waves,
And the winner is Mobile Game of the Year, Balatro.
I think Troy just left to finish his run. But this is, again, this is amazing. I know that bringing this game to mobile probably added a few gray strands to Local Thung's beautiful hair. But I also know that the thing he likes the most to see from in this wild journey is when he sees people play a game of Balatro in a weird place, like in the pub, or in a hospital waiting room, or at the Rockets basketball game, wherever they are. And I think that is something you can only achieve on mobile. And how many of you have handed their phone to like a parent or someone who doesn't really play games and lost their phone for like an hour? And that is just a cool experience. So I hope it was worth it for you, because I think you need to put up some new shelves in your home. Thanks.
Welcome to the stage, former producer for the Halo franchise and current head of film and television for Xbox, Kiki Wolfkill.
Good evening. Family games aren't just titles made for all audiences. Although that is true, there are also games that help us interact with the people we love, and they give us stories to share. Whether a game about a robot rescuing his friends, or a little cat on a big adventure, or a storybook character escaping the page, the following nominees show how brilliant design that's accessible to everyone can bring families together. Or in the case of Super Mario Party Jamboree, gently tear those families apart, just a little bit. The nominees are...
The nominees for Family Game of the Year are Astrobot, Cat Quest 3, Little Kitty, Big City, the Plucky Squire.
Once upon a time, there was a plucky squire named Jot. Jot roamed the land in search of adventure, battling beasts.
Super Mario Party Jamboree.
And the winner is Astrobot.
Right. Wow, family games, you know, this is our go-to actually. We care so much about this category. So once again, Team Asobi, you know, back home, all 64 of you, well done from the bottom of my heart. Did you see what I did? 65 minus 1 is 64. Okay. Yeah, family games, it's really important for us because we all have memories, right, from the first games we played. And the people who made those games, they are shaping our lives. You know, and we all ended up working in this industry because maybe at some point our eyes, you know, crossed paths with a video game that was amazing. And so we take it as it's a huge duty, but also a massive privilege to be the people to put games in the hands of kids for the first time. And so this award means the world to us. So thank you so much. Thank you.
So some of you may know that I was a race car driver in a former life, but I also started my career in racing games, so this category is near and dear to my heart. For many of us, racing games offer the ultimate wish fulfillment, driving exotic cars at breakneck speeds, making that perfect pass, playing race engineer and modding to your heart's content, no wallet required. Racing games offer the thrill of wheel-to-wheel competition with the adrenaline rush of decelerating from 230 miles per hour into a corner to dive. And where else can you practice your four-wheel drift in the streets of Tokyo without getting a ticket? There's nothing like it. The nominees for Racing Game of the Year are...
The nominees for Racing Game of the Year are F124.
Okay, off we go, back into the race.
MotoGP 24. Night Runners Prologue.
Dual envelope angst. Hold on here. And the winner is F124.
We're accepting this on behalf of our team out in Guilford from the Family D.I.C.E Sports. Thank you so much.
From developer and publisher Dreamhaven, please welcome to the stage Amy and Mike Morheim.
Whoever came up with the phrase,
there are no more original ideas hasn't met game designers. Even though our industry has been around for more than 50 years, we're still constantly finding new ways and better ways to play. The difference between a good game and a great game often comes down to how it's designed and how well the vision is shared among the development team.
The games in this category are a testament to the power and limitlessness of creativity. They stand apart from their compelling design, originality, and will be playing them for many years to come. The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Game Design are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Game Design are Animal Well, Astrobot, Balatro, Helldivers 2, UFO 50,
And the winner is Astrobot.
Thank you so much. Once again, really game design. I mean, it's like really touching. So once again, Team Asobi back in Japan, they're watching this. And I really want to shout out to the amazing game design team, led by Hironori Yatoku. But of course, it's not just the game design team. The way we work is that everybody really chips their ideas. And, from our prototypes to the way it goes to art, animation, audio, everybody chips in. And it's very hard to isolate, game design, honestly, as a single discipline. It's truly a teamwork. And I'd like to add one more, actually, the music. We have our composer tonight, Kenny Young. And I don't know where you are, Kenny. Where are you? But, the galloping soundtrack, the tempo of the game is not possible without music, that comes and just, becomes a marriage with the game and the game design. So, Kenny, thank you so much. And everybody at Team Asobi, well done. Thank you so much.
One of the hardest questions game directors get is, what does a game director do? It's a complicated job that's not nearly as simple to explain as, say, a movie director or a CIA director. Game directors are the glue that keep games together. They make sure all the various teams with all the various ideas come together to make one fluid experience.
Directing a game means you have to know and do a little bit of everything. And the games nominated for Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction show us what happens when you get it just right. Unique experiences that express the whole team's creativity. The nominees are...
The nominees for Outstanding Achievement in Game Direction are 1000 Times Resist.
How does it feel to know you're going to outlive us all?
You never seen someone cry before?
I have, many times.
I'll send you back to that time, and we can meet each other all over again.
Animal Well. Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Riven.
According to my most recent measurements, it appears that the fifth age has entered its final days.
Thank goodness you're here.
Thank goodness you're here. Good grief, lad. The front door's right there. We're 10 stories up for crying out loud.
And the winner is Animal Well.
All right, wow. Was not expecting this, but yeah, so Animal Well is pretty much the result of me being kind of like left to my own devices throughout all of development, and this is the result. But yeah, honestly, it would not be nearly as good of a game if it weren't for all like the feedback and the testing and the play testing from my partner Dan, everyone at Big Mo, Jason and Leah, my girlfriend Madison. All that they just, played the game so much and gave their thoughts, and yeah, I'm just super grateful. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Please welcome back Stella Chung and Greg Miller.
It's still so long.
I know.
It's such a long walk this year. I'm not getting over it. Good news, everybody. We are almost done. We're at the final award, everybody.
Yes. Game of the year.
But an award this big should be presented by someone just as big.
Please welcome the D.I.C.E. award-winning writer and director behind games like The Last of Us, Uncharted 4, and the upcoming intergalactic The Heretic Prophet.
Naughty Dog, head of studio and head of creative, Neil Druckmann.
I'm thrilled to be presenting tonight's final honor, Game of the Year, to such a tremendous group of nominees. The studios behind tonight's nominees, all of whom are nominated in this category for the first time, represent a range of brilliant creativity, craft, and artistry. The games these teams have created are shining examples of the kind of diverse, broad experiences games have to offer. Know that whoever wins, each nominee should take immense pride that they were selected by their peers. You all have captivated audiences and inspired countless current and future developers to push our medium forward. So without further ado, I'm excited to announce this year's Game of the Year. The nominees are...
The nominees for Game of the Year are Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth, Wukong, Helldivers 2.
Go now.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Myths, history. There's different ways to interpret the past. Temple, maybe a rite of passage for Khmer warriors.
And the game of the year is. Those are good games. Congrats to Team Asobi, it's Astrobot.
Thank you very much. Wow. Once again, I cannot stand here, without mentioning Team Asobi. So back home, it's Friday morning in Japan. They finished lunch. They had a great review, I hope. And look at you. The world is watching you once again. You put your love and heart into this game. And, today you're seeing the rewards of that. I can't thank you enough. I wish we were all here together. Thank you so much. And, really, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to thank you for every single day that you put in. We should also thank, all the partners. I know it's the classic kind of thank you round, but I mean, we couldn't be making Team Asobi as a studio, without the trust, of our leaders, Herman and Scott Roddy and many others. And, Astrobot was a celebration of 30 years of PlayStation. I think I said it before, but I mean, the number of publishers who came and raised their hand without asking anything in return just to be part of this was amazing. And the TPR team that organized all of this and got us talking to these teams did an amazing job, really. And so playing Astrobot is also like, revisiting 30 years of, video games. And to them, really, to all of these publishers, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And please, a round of applause for them. Perhaps there's a couple of things I'd like to close this with. I've already made a Nintendo joke, so we're not going to go there. But I mean, we were able to reconnect with the family audience with this game. And that was really, really important to us because it is something that we felt we had lost. And being able to reconnect, and talk to the audience again was really, really important. But also making a game that isn't, 200 hours long. It was actually quite compact, quite small, with a small team. And I think right now we need to remember that the fun and the magic can come from very small things. So I hope it serves perhaps as an advice or for people to give them confidence to do small things, because I think the industry needs it right now as well. And finally, the people that we nominated tonight, honestly, you deserve to win it as much as we do. So to all of you, well done, and thank you very, very much to the Academy for organizing. Thank you.
One more time for Astrobot, everybody! You've done it. You've made it through another DICE, but this is my 9th time hosting DICE, and I've never taken a selfie with everybody. So if we could all crowd in a little bit. Come here, do this. 3, 2, 1. That's it. What a night, everybody.
Everyone looks gorgeous in that
Everyone
photo.
looks great.
Yeah. Congratulations to all the nominees and winners. Thank you to the Academy voters.
And thanks to everyone watching at home.
Yes, and I want to take a quick thank you to a quick moment to thank our producers and everyone backstage who made this show happen. Thank you so much.
It's all teamwork. It's all teamwork.
It's like Ted Price said, it takes a village.
Yes, exactly. Also, special shout out to Marissa, who offered to bring me a whole wine bottle back.
Oh, wow. That's excellent.
Thank you for that. But on that note, good night, everybody. And we do have an after party after this, so we'll see you there.
See you there, everybody. Thank you so much. Great jobs.